He laughed when I handed him the letter. "Resignation?" he said, eyes gleaming with disbelief. "You're joking, right?" I smiled. "Congrats to Jack." That was all. Just that line. And I left the envelope on his mahogany desk, the same one I'd polished for 5 years with every drop of dignity I had left. His laughter died slowly, like a machine losing power. When he tore open the letter, his voice cracked through the silence. "Is this a joke?" I didn't answer. I just watched him, his red face, his trembling hand, the confusion he couldn't hide. He wasn't used to people walking away. Not from him, not from his company. He started yelling when I turned toward the door. My wife appeared at the entrance, eyes wide, caught between father and husband. Her lips parted, but no sound came out. For a moment I saw it, the flicker of guilt she thought she'd buried, the same flicker I'd been watching for weeks. That's when I knew I wasn't done yet. Resignation was only the first move. The real game was just beginning. It started a month ago, a dinner party. Her father had called it a celebration of family and loyalty. Jack was there, smiling, charming, barely 3 months into the company, already sitting next to my wife. Their laughter threaded together like they'd known each other forever. I told myself I was imagining things, that she was being friendly, that I was just tired. But there was something about the way her eyes softened when she looked at him, something I hadn't seen directed at me in years. Later that night, as I cleared the glasses, I heard their voices in the kitchen. Her whisper was low, his laugh too quick. Then silence. The kind that makes your chest go cold. I didn't go in. I didn't need to. I'd spent 5 years learning how to smile through disrespect, how to read people who thought I was beneath them. Her father taught me that. His daughter learned well. That night she came to bed late, her phone face down, her body stiff beside mine. I stared at the ceiling and counted her breaths until morning. Each one sounded less like love and more like distance. I started watching, quietly. She never noticed how often she smiled at her phone, how quickly she tilted the screen when I walked by. One night she said she was going to her father's to discuss the promotion. I nodded, pretending to believe her. Then I followed. Through the rain, her taillights flickered like signals in the dark. She didn't drive to her father's mansion. She drove to the lake house, the one her family used for summer parties, the one that should have been locked for the season. I parked far enough to see the door open, light spilling out, and Jack stepping forward. He held her face like he'd done it before, like he was entitled to it. My chest didn't tighten, it hollowed out. That's when everything became clear. The promotion, the praise, the easy laughter at dinner. It wasn't about competence, it was about connection. I left before they saw me. The next morning she smiled over breakfast, pretending to care about my day. I smiled back, pretending I hadn't seen the truth. I spent the following week documenting everything. The calls, the meetings, the work-late excuses. Even her father's sudden fondness for Jack, the nephew who, apparently, could do no wrong. I wasn't planning revenge, not yet. I was studying patterns. Because betrayal isn't chaos, it's choreography, and I had finally learned the rhythm. When the official announcement came, I was ready. Her father called the whole floor together. "A big day," he said. "Family deserves recognition." I watched Jack's smug smile as he shook hands. My wife clapped first. That was the moment I felt everything inside me go still. Later that night, while she showered, I opened her phone. The passcode was his birthday. The messages were predictable, intimate, careless. She'd sent him a picture of the promotion dinner invitation with the caption, "Can't wait to see your face when Dad announces it." She meant Jack's face, not mine. I read every word, every secret, every promise. Then I forwarded everything to her father. No explanation, no commentary. Just the evidence. When he read it the next morning, I saw the same expression I'd worn for weeks. Shock, disbelief, realization. That's when I slid my resignation letter across his desk. "Congrats to Jack," I said. He looked up, pale, shaking. "Is this a joke?" "No," I said. "It's the end of one." He started yelling, something about loyalty, professionalism, family. I let him finish. Then I said, quietly, "You taught me loyalty only goes one way in this family." His jaw locked. "Check your email," I added. He did. His face drained as the messages loaded. Line after line of betrayal. His daughter's name, his nephew's words, the proof of everything he'd built rotting from the inside. He looked at me like I'd set fire to his house. But I hadn't. I'd just opened the curtains. Behind him, the office door creaked open. She stood there, frozen, wet from the rain, eyes darting between us. Her father turned, voice shaking. "What did you do?" She didn't answer. I didn't either. The silence stretched, thick and heavy, until she realized no one was going to save her. Then she whispered, "You weren't supposed to." "I know," I said. That was all. I walked past them both, past the corner office that was never mine, past the polished floors I'd bled my time into. And when the elevator doors closed, I smiled for the first time in months. It's strange how quiet freedom sounds. No applause, no revenge speech, just silence, and the absence of need. I thought I'd feel anger or sadness, but all I felt was space. Space between who I was and who I'd become. 5 years of effort reduced to a signature and a smile. Her father lost his nephew. She lost her mask. And I lost nothing worth keeping. As I stepped out of the building, the city looked different, colder, clearer. People talk about closure like it's a door you shut. It's not. It's walking through the fire and realizing you don't burn anymore. When he called after me, I didn't turn around. Some things deserve to be left staring at the smoke.